Hi, Catherine.
Hey, how are
Uh,
you this evening?
all right, my name's Al.
I am.
Early in your presentation, you discussed and showed a diagram of that major nerve in the body that connects to so many organs.
Yeah.
I'd like to write down that nerve. What is that?
It's called the vagus nerve.
Well, that's going to take some research on my part. Thank you.
Well, it's fascinating because it really governs so much, right, of operations within the body. And I'm delighted that you want to do some research on that because it will give you a lot of information that I think you'll find very useful. What's fascinating about taking in that deep breath, whether you visualize bringing in the light or not, when you take in that deep breath, that stimulates the vagus nerve, and that in turn stimulates the parasympathetic side of your nervous system, the rest, digest, and create. And the sympathetic side is like the fight or flight, right? And so that's why the breath is such a wonderful regulatory tool to become used to and to use as a tool. When I work with people, I ask them to actually schedule time on their phone 4 times a day and do the breathing technique and the visualization for 6 breaths at a time. And that starts to develop the habit of using the breath and realizing that, yes, I do feel calmer. It lowers my blood pressure, lowers my heart rate, makes me feel good. And so then when people start to get anxious, they rely on using that as a calming tool for themselves, a self-regulatory tool, because it's a habit, it's part of them at this point. There are other mindfulness things that I encourage people to do. Some people are more tactile oriented, sometimes just little mindfulness breaks during the day. Rub your hands together, rub your fingers together, wiggle your toes, focus on what the water feels like when you're washing your hands, or, when you're eating, really notice the flavors, right? Notice the chewing, the satisfaction of chewing, the flavors. Can you pick out different spices as you're eating, that kind of a thing. And it really, the mindfulness is a beautiful way to reduce stress. When you're less stressed, your thinking is much more clear and actually allows more creativity and more of these ideas to come in. Because when people are running at high stress levels, they have a tendency to, it's almost like putting up a shield, right? And you're not going to be that connected with all of this energy that is fueling you. And all of that energy is filled with information too, right? So yeah, I'm delighted that you're going to do a little research. That's great.